The number one most important trait in a mate for your ideal relationship, your dream girl, your dream woman, or your dream man. This is some stuff that I wish that I had learned a lot sooner, some stuff that's overlooked by most of the people talking about this stuff out there. Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. So when we're getting clarity on what we want, writing down, wishing for it, out there looking for it, we tend to look at, and this is normal, you look at how the way our brains are wired, evolutionary psychology. For men, whether men or women, one of the main things that we're looking for is health. We want someone who's relatively healthy. That translates to being good looking, but also means that this person will be vigorous, have energy, be able to work hard, be able to provide for the offspring, possibly live a long time. Looks, right? We're also into smarts, intelligence, social intelligence, especially because social standing is super important, but someone's social skills and IQ and the mental and all that, like someone smart and who gets it socially and is smooth, right? We tend to overvalue those things and undervalue. Here's actually the most important thing. Actually, the most important trait is that the person is warm to you, is generally kind to you, affectionate, reassuring, encouraging, supporting of you, right? Because you could have someone who's, they're a 10 on looks, they're a 10 on social smarts and social standing and intelligence, but they're fucking mean to you, they're a bitch to you, or an asshole, a dick to you, they don't treat you well. They don't make you feel good. They make you feel bad about yourself. That's not, then it's totally, all that stuff's irrelevant. Loving kindness and affection, also according to evolutionary psychology, that's the number one way to keep a mate. Continued loving kindness and affection. That's the number one most desirable trait, most important trait. On the other hand, you have someone who is maybe they're more average on looks and more average on intelligence, but they're really, really kind and consistently sweet and supportive to you. That's way better, because for a relationship, we're not like after pure stats. We tend to think we are. It's not about an Instagram picture. It's about a real relationship, a trade, exchange, and share of resources. Resources being money, but also being time, energy, attention. And if the best thing that we can get is not someone else looks good, or someone else is smart, someone else has money, what we can get is emotional support, physical support, encouragement, right, support. And if we don't have those things, there's no valuable trade of resources. If someone just treats you like shit, then there's just nothing there, really. And you can't go any deeper. You don't necessarily need to cut these people out of your life. It's not always possible to do that, because you can't just, if people are in social circles, you can't necessarily cut someone out of that social circle, or you can't cut someone out of your organization or team. But you can choose to not go deeper. Choose to go deeper with someone, well, this person doesn't have it all, but they treat me real nice. That's super valuable and underlooked. According to evolutionary psychology, there's a few other things. We tend to like men or women like dudes with wealth, money. That's normal. Men like youth and beauty and all that. But again, the number one thing is just continued love and affection. And I don't believe in a perfect relationship. I haven't seen it. I don't think it's necessarily possible. There's bad moments and there's compromise. But if someone is relatively more stable in their attitude towards you and support of you and wanting to help you and being loyal to you and encouraging you, then that's worth everything right there. It almost doesn't matter what they look like. Almost doesn't matter what else they've got going on. And you can have, I'm not saying that this can't all come together. Ideally, you get it all. That's what I want for my dream girl. And I don't have kids yet. I I'm not there yet. So ideally, I get the love, I get the affection from someone who's also very healthy, very smart and ambitious. And those things often do go together. And it's not to say that one means you don't get the other. Like if someone is very average, that they're going to be exceptionally loving. That's probably not true either, but it's possible. I'm just trying to weigh how important that is. You can get it all. You could have a relationship with someone who's average, below average, and fucking mean as shit to you, right? You can have that too. There's nothing worth it there, you know. So it's uncomfortable. Some of you are like, shit, I'm in a relationship with someone who's a huge dick to me, or is really mean to me. What should I do? Well, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this YouTube video told me to break up. You gotta evaluate that though. It's definitely better to be single in that sort of a situation. In my opinion, and this is something I read in the blog Wait But Why about picking the right person, which is true, is like, if you're in relationships determine a lot of our happiness. You can be happily single. You can be very happily together. You can also be very unhappily together. If you're unhappily together, you're further away from being happily together than if you're single, because there's more steps in between. If you're single, you're only a couple steps away from being happily together. If you're unhappily together, then there's a lot more issue and drama that potentially you're gonna have to work through. So yeah, so count your blessings either way. Anyways, I hope you find that useful. Share down below how you feel about that, what sort of lesson you took from it, where you're at in your life, traits that you think are important that I overlooked. Share it down below. But I think the number one is basically how you're treated. You should be treated relatively well if you're going to continue to invest. Yeah, so much love, fam, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments. Peace out.